Remember, in one of the previous chapters, we talked about failures in the industry. And one of the things that's difficult to understand is, how do you know you failed? Were new bed bugs? Did they come in? Did some not eat for the longest time? And one of the most helpful things I found was a questionnaire that Rick Cooper developed in New Jersey. And what he does is he asks the landlord or the management or the homeowner two questions. The first question is, when was the last time you saw bed bugs? And gives a multiple choice. None in the last week, none in the last 2 weeks, none in the last 30 days. And hopefully they'll answer none in the last 30 days. The second question he asks is, when was the last time you were bitten? Again, none in the last week, none in the last 2 weeks, none in the last 3 weeks. Hopefully, again, the last answer, none in 30 days. So if they answer none, they didn't see any, they didn't get bitten in 30 days, he makes a reasonable conclusion that he got rid of those bed bugs. And that's pretty accurate, because they normally come out, if somebody's staying there, every week to get a blood meal. Now, one of the things that we've learned that doesn't work is taking pyrethrin, ULVing an entire room. Oh, it looks good, the machine makes noise, the bed bugs are running, but they scatter and they hide. Those things are really flattened, and they can get into the tiniest little places. A screw on a wall, I've unscrewed it and found 2-3 bed bugs right behind it. And so you end up with small pockets. It's one of the worst things you can do. And I often ask the customer, did you purchase some kind of an aerosol or bomb to chase them? Because when they do, then I know it's a more difficult job. Cold, we went over, doesn't work. We need to be like a forensic entomologist to figure out, okay, why did the insect come? Did a neighbor bring it? Did they buy antique furniture? Did they visit somebody else? That helps so they avoid that problem again. Now, we've come a long way from using hot water. Remember, we talked in the beginning about the history, scalding like log cabins, which I didn't mention before, but that was one of the old ones, and using the cyanide gas. We do have effective materials, and in surveying the industry and just talking to people and getting a feel, we find that there are a few products that are working very, very well. For the residual, in a liquid application, the Suspend SC is the #1 material with a very broad label to treat lots of areas, although I myself do not recommend treating a mattress with any specific material. The second thing is the Delta Dust or Dryon Dust, where you take all the electrical plates off. Behind that, you dust lightly. The same thing where the pipe collar is, where pipes go into the wall, because the bed bugs, I don't know why, but we're finding the ones today, more so than the ones 40 years ago, are moving from one room into others and moving along those lines, electrical lines, piping lines. So it's important that we get that. So one of the things, and I cannot overemphasize this enough, the public desperately needs the professional pest management people. They cannot handle the problem themselves. It doesn't go away by itself, and a single bed bug left means you're going to get bit. You have to go to zero. Like I say, we're on the learning curve, but hopefully with these presentations, you'll be at the top of your game and do your very best and get the control that the customer deserves.